stop singing. Please. It's too early.
Just thinking maybe these are really good lyrics to this particular instrumental, yeah?
You think we need lyrics to it?
Well, it seemed to fit,
Okay.
No, it wasn't working. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, it didn't work out. This is the John and Gordy show. It's a rough start this morning.
Yeah.
I thought Mondays were bad. Here we are on Tuesday, trying to work it out.
Well, it's that's all right. We got through Monday okay.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
That's a positive. That's a big thing.
Yeah. And here it is Tuesday, March 5th already.
Yeah.
39 degrees this morning. It says cloudy, and I guess it is kind of cloudy.
Kind of overcast.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to get up to about 48 today.
Look, it's almost light already.
Yeah, it is.
This is crazy. We had to set the clocks forward this weekend, right?
I don't think it's this weekend. I think it's next weekend, isn't it, Sam?
No, it is this March 10th, I believe.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. The Oscars are this Sunday.
Yeah,
You know that?
isn't that that's great. Yeah. Gives us something to do.
Yeah, and it's always a fun show to watch. There's always a lot of entertainment. And it's not boring at all.
No,
there's
never.
no long speeches or anything. They cut all those out.
Who's hosting that?
Nobody will get political. I don't know. Jimmy Kimmel, maybe?
Jimmy Kimmel, I think.
Don't you
does.
think? I don't know.
On a regular basis now.
We'll look that
you
up.
and your
too.
you and your Ask Google thing. I would
Think I
say
should
what
ask
it is,
Google?
but Google will just come up. If you say what it is, it'll just come up again.
Google, who's hosting the Oscars this Sunday? Yeah. It's thinking. Oh, it
Jimmy
didn't say
Kimmel.
it.
It is Jimmy Kimmel. I was waiting for that
Yeah.
the
Audio.
Google assistant.
It
to
does.
say
Sometimes it kicks in and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why that is.
You got to say, "Hey Google," right?
Really? Let me try
There it is. See.
Hang on. Hey, Google, who's hosting the Oscars this Sunday? Nothing.
Doesn't like you this morning.
It goes to this generative AI thing
that's
now.
not good.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it doesn't answer the way it used to. I don't know. Doesn't
Wow.
matter.
Well,
Jimmy Kimmel does a good job hosting the Oscars. He keeps everybody in line. If anybody gets out of hand, he's there to be the enforcer and tell them to sit down, shut up, wait for the next awards. Okay, just relax.
he's on. He really cracks the whip.
He does. Yeah, yeah. He's a tough taskmaster. That Jimmy
is.
Kimmel guy.
He sure is.
All right, phones and lines are open 608-879-8255. And we got a lot of stuff to get to. But first, it's time for the National Day Calendar, right?
Yep.
You
That's
think?
how we
Should
do
we
it
do
each
that?
and every day.
I don't have the music handy over here, but, because...
Which day is it not?
Exactly.
That's right. We got to figure out what day you're just slipping in and it doesn't really exist.
Is it Absinthe Day? Is it Cheese Noodle Day or Cheese Doodle Day?
Go on.
Is it Multiple Personality Day? Or is it National Plaid Day?
National Plaid Day is the day that I have picked to be the wrong day.
You are
A
correct, sir.
Fake day.
That is a fake day. You are correct. So, Absinthe Day. Absinthe Day.
Wow.
All right.
So
Now I gotta-
absence day.
No, not
what-
absence day.
How do you say it?
Absinthe, like the drink.
The drink, the liqueur. Is it
Oh,
a liqueur?
Okay.
Where's my
Absinthe.
freaking
Read
mouse?
the what it says on the National Day Calendar website, and it will tell you that it's not
Right
a
there.
true liqueur.
Oh, it's right in front of me. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, the
We're just barely here on the air,
We're just
hanging
getting
on
it
by a
all together.
thread.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's a
Some days are like that.
slender thread.
Okay, here we go. All right, Absinthe Day.
Absinthe day is have a drink on me day.
Okay. March 5th, National Absinthe Day. This day is for those who are 21 and older to celebrate a drink called absinthe. Well, that tells us a lot. Often mistaken for a liqueur, it is truly a spirit because it isn't sweetened. It belongs to the vodkas, gins, and whiskeys when categorized. Okay? So I thought it was a liqueur. The spirit is made by infusing wormwood,
That sounds good already.
fennel, I don't know how to pronounce that, anise, and other herbs
That sounds awful.
into alcohol through distillation.
Ugh.
Pierre Ordinaire, a French doctor, his name was Ordinaire, Pierre Ordinaire. He's credited with the creation of absinthe. He developed and prescribed the elixir in the early 19th century as a cure for many illnesses. Okay? Has a strong licorice flavor. I never liked it. I've tried it a few times.
Well, no, I mean anything with anise is
just
usually
disgusting.
a licorice flavored yuck.
Who would want to drink
Why is that even close to gin? I mean, it's gin is like
make any sense at all.
Hot take, I like licorice flavor.
do
Do
you?
ya?
I
Really?
do, yeah.
Black licorice? Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it's National Cheese Doodle Day.
You go through that, I think. You're in the 20s. It's good.
Cheese doodles.
You'll move into the
Well,
red,
I didn't like
red
it when I was a
licorice pretty
kid.
soon.
I developed a taste for it. I
you
didn't like
did?
it when I was young.
Really?
Well, they have a anise flavored. What is it? Little crackers or cookies?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
They are.
That tastes great. But the licorice, move on to the red stuff, man.
Get it out of here.
Yeah,
no more black
okay.
That's
licorice.
right. Not black licorice.
And then you could top it off with some cheese doodles.
Oh, really?
Cheese doodles, you know what they look like?
No.
Well, they
What
look like
are-
that. See the picture there?
Well,
They're
that-
cheesy,
Yeah.
kind of Cheetos kind of things.
Oh, yeah, it's the cheese puffs.
Right, cheese puffs.
There you go.
Today is the annual celebration where fingers turn a cheesy orange as we snack on these flavorful treats.
You know what? If they could just take care of that problem of
Yeah.
turning your fingers orange, then
Yeah,
I'd eat more of them. But yeah, I just don't.
You don't like
I don't
that.
like getting my fingers all chalky and
Yeah.
filled with that crusty,
Yeah.
cheesy powder.
And then
I'm
you accidentally you touch the couch or
keyboard.
something. Yeah, or keyboard or
It's
something.
a built-in inhibitor so you don't eat too many.
That's it. Yeah, well, the actual inventor of cheese doodles is under debate.
No,
They're having a
really?
debate about this.
Well, maybe we can settle that one.
Generally, the credit goes to a man named Maury Yahe. He
You know what? You know what? He'd win this one if he didn't have such a hard name to pronounce.
Maybe. Okay. Pop up just came up. Okay. Generally,
What happened?
I don't know. Everything in here is
Scrolled.
not quite working correctly
Scrolled.
today.
Say, edible packing peanuts?
Yeah.
Are you aware of these?
Yes.
they're edible.
Yeah.
Well, they're not usually, but
They're
there's a special
cornstarch,
kind.
right?
Yeah,
They're
they're made out of
cornstarch.
cornstarch. It's basically a Cheeto without the flavoring.
Is
That's
that
right.
right?
I've eaten a couple out of curiosity
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Did you get sick?
They melt.
No, they just kind of melt in your mouth like a Cheeto.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
So you're gonna have to try some, Gordy.
Sure.
We have a box back here.
Do we?
Yeah,
Okay.
let me see if we still
All
have
right.
that.
Yeah, I'll try them. Okay, enough about the cheese. Nobody
No,
gives
we
a crap.
No, if there's more information.
No.
If they've been able
No.
to fill a whole
Look it up
space
yourself.
with information. on
Look it up
cheese.
yourself. I'm tired of doing all the heavy lifting around here.
Wow.
Hey, it's National Multiple Personality Day.
You brought up the cheese puffs and then you dropped the subject because you
Well,
can't read the rest of the stuff.
You're going on a tangent, about some other cheese puffy thing that people use to pack their factory items. I don't care about that.
It's packing peanuts.
Packing peanuts? Okay. It's National Multiple Personality Day.
Right.
You should be able to relate to this, John. The first two separate approaches to recognizing this day.
Yeah.
The first strategy takes an inward examination of our own personalities. This approach sees the day as a way to explore personality traits and examining the roots of those traits. Each one of us shows a different side of our characters at other times and different places. Sometimes our personalities appear to be altered,
Yeah.
depending on whom we are with and what we're doing. This is just crap. With these things in mind, the day focuses our thoughts on our own personality traits. So enjoy National Personality Day, Multiple Personality
That's really
Day.
weird.
It's very odd.
That's really strange because we're supposed to actually look at ourselves instead of looking at.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Okay, a little self-absorbed.
Okay. We have some history dates, right, Sam?
Do we? Okay. All right.
Let's
What
take
happened?
a look back here. What did I put down?
This has got to be a
yesterday?
big day.
Boston Massacre.
Yes, today, 1770, the Boston Massacre. I believe
Yeah.
five people died in the Boston Massacre. It was a protest late at night. Got a little heated, and some British troops fired on the protesters.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's a big massacre, not like the school massacres that we
Ugh.
see today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for 1770, with
That was a big deal.
muzzle-loading musket, yeah.
Yeah.
Today in 1872,
Yeah.
Air-powered train brakes were invented.
Oh.
And you might be saying, well, who cares about air-powered train brakes? Well, think about a train. How fast can a train go and then not stop without air-powered brakes?
Yeah.
Well, they're very heavy.
Yeah,
First of all,
exactly.
it's a lot of weight moving
A lot
forward.
of momentum.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
a lot of mass. Yeah, you need those high-speed air-powered train brakes.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, we've seen so many movies where they fail.
Yeah.
So
Runaway train.
we're
Never coming
very
back.
well. Yeah. What is it?
Bullet
Yeah.
train.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Those are always fun.
Also, today in history, Joseph Stalin died. 1953.
Good.
Okay. They
Good, yeah.
They still have them under glass there
was a
in
good day.
Moscow.
Do they?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
They
wow.
do. They
oh, yeah.
preserved them.
You can look up a picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Live video.
All right, that's it. We're closing the history books.
Thank goodness.
That's all we
right.
got for today.
Well, that's too
Okay.
bad. I mean, I felt like this was a bigger day. Well, maybe we'll make that
Okay.
historical
make some
marker.
history. Yeah.
Yes, here we go. Well, yeah. Who used to say that? History.
What?
History is being made every
Yes,
moment of every day.
moment, every day. Everybody says it here at the station.
Hey, we want to remind everybody tomorrow we'll be at Short Stack Eatery again. It's going to be
Yes.
pancakes for everybody and coffee and good conversation.
Yep.
We'll be there live 6 to 8 a.m. It's at 301 West Johnson, the corner of Johnson, State, and Henry.
You want to
The
see as
three
many people
tri-corner.
turn up as possible, you know?
Yeah.
We never get to say again.
What?
We're going to be someplace again. Usually they don't ask us back.
Well, they asked us back this time.
This is
so,
fantastic.
Last week it was really cold. Remember, it was like 10 degrees.
Yeah.
This week it's going to be nice and, so weather-wise
No
should be fine.
excuses. No excuses.
None
Going
whatsoever.
to have to show up this time.
It is 18 past the hour. Coming up a little bit later on, we've got tickets to Stephanie Miller appearing at the Barrymore Theater Saturday, May. Saturday, May. Okay, I don't have the date. It's on a Saturday in May. I think it might be May.
May 11th.
May 11th. Thank you, Sam. Anyway, we've got tickets to give away a little bit later on.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
How did that happen? Okay. Now, don't let anybody hear our discussions. Talking.
Shh.
Don't
The
tell them.
the other stations are listening.
A big surprise coming.
Okay. All right. Do we mention Todd Alba?
Yes, we can mention Todd Alba.
Okay. What time is Todd going to talk to us?
I don't know.
Sam.
7:36. Right.
I don't know.
We'll
He
confirm.
hasn't messaged me back yet. Maybe.
We'll confirm it later.
Shh. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, just,
Shh.
we'll work on that one.
Okay.
All right. We've got the mean farmer coming up, maybe.
Next. Really?
Pretty soon.
Okay.
Actually, do you have mean farmer ready?
I've got weather trivia.
I have it ready. Yeah.
Well, let's play the mean.
You want to play?
Damn it.
Play 10 seconds.
Everybody knows now. Everybody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Are you saying
Nothing.
we play it coming in or just play it?
No,
No,
we'll
we'll introduce
it.
I think I'm gonna be sad. I think it's today. Yeah. The girl that's driving me mad is going away. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride, and she don't care.
Oh, yeah. Mad Radio, WMDX, the Beatles' third movie, Ticket to Ride.
What? What are you talking about?
I just threw that in. Yeah. You're the Beatle authority here. That would just freak you out. You know, you really get mad.
From help. Never
I
mind.
know.
You just, they're skiing down the hill. Never mind. It's
92.
Doesn't
Is
matter.
that it? Is that where the song came in when they're skiing down the hill?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie Help?
Yes, I
Okay,
have.
okay.
Yes, I don't
All right,
remember every second of it. I didn't study it in class.
Okay.
All right, just
Yeah.
like you.
Okay.
I didn't live and breathe the Beatles. I didn't
you know,
substitute my life for theirs.
All right.
92.7 FM and 1580 AM in Madison. We're broadcasting from State Street today, just a little ways from the Capitol. Unfortunately, our window does not face the Capitol. But we can see all the other reflections of the Capitol from
That's true.
the buildings across the street.
Yeah.
We're good.
It's like a house of mirrors.
It
You
is,
know, the
isn't it?
closer you get to the Capitol, the more diffused it gets, and
Yes.
you can't really understand where to go in.
And then when you
where to
go
come
into
out.
the Capitol, it
You get
is like a
lost.
house of mirrors.
It is. Yeah.
And where did we come in?
I don't know.
One
Yeah.
entrance.
Which way do we go?
Yes.
Yeah. There's no directions anywhere. Okay. We've
Well,
got something special
Yeah,
now, right?
We found something,
Yeah.
some old nugget from the past
Oh,
when we were
boy.
at another radio station. And this is a comic character, basically, that came out of, I think it was Nebraska.
I think so. Yeah.
And they have a lot of rural communities out there. And the announcer that put this together, I can't remember his name. We don't know who he is.
Well,
But he came up with a character called the Mean Farmer. And
now, we want all the agricultural people out there to listen up. You know, this is not meant as a put down or anything. This is just a funny little character that this guy created.
it's a funny character, and it's
done with love.
Radio announcer put this stuff together, broadcast to a rural communities. So
Right.
it was a very popular show. In fact, they spread it to a whole bunch of radio stations in Nebraska.
Right.
They played it too. Apparently, people just love the Mean Farmer.
They do.
He doesn't like anybody else. But we're going to check out the Mean Farmer. This is from the 90s, early 90s, 91, 92. So you understand the time period here. And this particular episode deals with the Mean Farmer's crush on Nancy Reagan. All right, so let's check it out right here.
This is the Mean Farmer, and this week on the Mean Farmer Show, my romance with former First Lady Nancy Reagan. Well, I mean, the dirt's out now. No reason for me to hold back out of loyalty any longer. How long's it been? 10 minutes? Long enough. Yeah, my Nancy with a laughing face. Slap on a Sinatra record and call me old Blue Eyes. Yep, it was love at first sight for me and my Nancy. I'll never forget the day we met. Our eyes connected, and electricity flowed between us. Kind of like a transformer on a power pole when a former squirrel French kisses some faulty insulation. Slap! Ow! I felt it. She felt it. I could tell she felt it. And then she took her hand. She took her hand and she, you know what happened. She took her hand and she waved at me. Then she turned and stepped into the airplane. Oh, she was all dressed in red. She knew even then that red drove me wild. I'm your passionate bull. Wave the cape of love, Nancy, I yelled. And I broke through the crowd, made a run for the plane. Move for me, Nance. Move for me. I'm on my way. Here comes El Toro. Well, 6 guys in sunglasses jumped on my back, but I had romance pumping through my veins. I was unstoppable. I got all the way to the top of the steps, and then there he was. Not sure who, but I'd seen him in a movie with a monkey. Anyway, that's the last thing I remember. And I woke up, and I was left with this unrequited lust and this Grecian formula all over my hands. Smelly stuff. Woo! Next week on the Mean Farmer Show, the hush money, how I spent it. Well, I needed an outbuilding or two, if you catch my drift. Oh, Nan, I still love you. I still love you, even though I'm dating Kitty. Kitty.
There it is, the Mean Farmer.
Mean Farmer.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of memories there. He's just a little off. Just a little strange.
Very off. He's a
Yeah.
very strange guy, and so many of the episodes are very similar to that.
A little dated. Nancy Reagan references in there, but, it holds up.
Well, he's reminiscing. That's what
He's
he's doing,
reminiscing.
basically.
That's
So we found out that the guy who created it, Otis 12,
Yeah, that was his name. Yeah. DJ.
his radio name.
Yeah. Yeah, out in Nebraska. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see if we can get it'd be great to get in touch with him
And just
find
see
out
what happened.
Yeah.
This is like what now? 31 years ago.
Yeah, more
So,
at least 30 years ago.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
we'll see
All
if
right.
if
The
guy's
Mean
still
Farmer.
around.
Yeah.
We'll come up with more episodes.
You think so?
Yeah,
You
why
got
not?
a few?
I don't know. Maybe people don't like it or found it offensive, or the farm babe is
It's an
not going to
acquired-
like it. Or
It's an acquired taste. We should
Pam
get
Yankee. Let's ask Pam if
what she thinks of.
she goes along with this.
I bet she
farm
knows
humor.
about it. What do you bet? I'll bet she remembers the Mean Farmer.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have
I don't
to
know.
reach out to
well,
her.
we didn't have her out at the cornfields at WMAD.
Back in the day out
As
there.
someone who grew up in a very rural setting, I
Yeah?
appreciate it. I
Did
like
ya?
it.
Did you
Yeah.
like it? Okay.
All right, great.
Well,
Excellent.
Good, Sam. You got a big thumbs up
All
from
right.
Sam. All right. That's good.
It's,
Okay.
it's that laugh that he has.
That
A
cackle.
really
Yeah.
twisted cackle.
That's it. Yeah, it's good. That's good. Oh, should we have play another episode
It's
later?
Yeah, well,
You
we
think-
could. Sure,
Yeah,
why not?
yeah.
It's
We got a lot of
amazing.
them.
It's amazing what he can relate to as far as farm life and his animals on the farm, and he kind of takes their perspective sometimes. He understands them.
I think you're reading a lot into this. I go kind of deep on it.
I am. I'm going too deep, and I've been listening to these episodes ad nauseum in the last couple of days simply because I want to pull some out and play them here on the radio again.
Yeah, I think one a day is probably all we can.
Yeah, I
we
think
can handle that.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You suggested playing another one, not
Well,
me.
just to warm it up a little bit. But,
We could. We could.
Okay. Well, we'll search through it. Maybe we can find another
Street
one.
Sweeper is out again.
Yeah. Okay.
Street Sweeper.
Oh, the streets. You're so easily distracted. Anything goes by the window. Squirrel, shiny object. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know the street sweepers are out there because didn't it rain last night?
It
would
rained
think
heavily.
that-
That was quite the storm.
That would naturally clean the streets off, wouldn't it?
Well, no, not
No?
really. Now you got to take that film off.
Okay.
The dust and dirt from
You
the
know
rain.
all about this. Yeah. Did
Well,
you
you're the meteorologist.
okay?
But I studied it only because we came up with the weather roulette wheel, the lottery ball
Right. Yeah.
system.
And we'll be checking in to see how accurate it is for today in just a few minutes. First up, though, we have news, we have weather, we have Pam Yankee's farm report, and when we come back, Mike Johnson has a labor-saving solution, and it has to do with having kids.
Down through the woods and out to the pasture. Long as I'm with you, it really don't matter. Climb up in my
Okay, I need some coffee. Coffee.
All right.
Coffee. Coffee.
Oops. Okay, I got it. All right. Do you have cut 133 somewhere? All right, play that when we get to it. Should be Mike Johnson, labor. Oh, God, this is a long break. I got to come up with something else, don't I? Let's see here. I do have stuff here for this. All right, come up with this one. These two. Yeah, it's a big day. Yeah.
Oh, something's happening in Monona right now. I saw Pam Yankee's farm report this morning. It's something funny, too, like the National Cheese something or other championships or something.
Oh, cool. How do we find that?
Monona, Wisconsin, National Cheese Gathering. The World Championship Cheese Contest.
Wow.
It's a 3-day event.
That's a huge, huge event. Where would that be taking place in Monona? They must have a convention center.
They
out
do.
there.
They do have a convention center. Because she mentioned that, actually. Crowds return for the World Championship Cheese Contest.
Mm-hmm.
We should have had that with the Mean Farmer here. World Championship.
See, if we were smart, we would have scheduled a guest to bring in some cheese samples
Yes.
and fed ourselves that way.
3-day event.
It used to be the way radio announcers fed themselves
Right.
by having guests bring food in.
Right.
It was a little trick that we came up with.
Open for public viewing, first time since 2020.
Oh, so anybody can just
Open to the public.
view it?
You could view the cheese.
Go see a giant wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know. World Championship Cheese Contest.
Mm-hmm. We forgot to whisper. Shh. Screw it. We wrecked that. Okay.
This is the premier cheese contest since 1957.
Okay.
It's pretty exciting.
It is. Just
Contest new. Good Lord. Championship cheese. 3,000 entries of cheese.
Well, it's worldwide, isn't it?
Yeah.
well, everybody's got their own little, sample of different kinds of cheeses. So, they have their Limburger. My God, what are they thinking, right?
The smelliest cheese in the world.
and then they have the Munster. Yes, they've got the Munster. They've got the pepper cheeses. Pepper jacks are really weird because sometimes you can make them a little too hot, like habanero.
1 minute. Giving me flashbacks to when I worked in the cheese factory.
Do you have any cheese songs?
Not good ones.
That's right. You worked in the cheese factory.
Oh, let's
Did
go.
you add the peppers, like ghost peppers or anything like that?
The only actual production stuff we really did was the orange rind on Munster.
Love that stuff.
We did the stuff to do that.
What is that spice? Annatto?
I have no idea what it is.
The convention center.
Whatever it is, it's like a liquid you dunk the cheese in and it stains anything and everything. So I have some pants that still have Munster stains on them.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 30 seconds here.
Good stuff. So I always buy the end. With all with the orange rind on the end of it.
Yeah.
So you always get that
15
that
seconds.
flavor.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Secondhand Omelet Shop, the only diner in town featuring refried eggs. This week only, you can buy 2 of Ed's famous eggshell omelets for only half the price of 4.
Eggshell omelets.
Sounds great to me.
Boy. You ever
Crunchy,
get an eggshell in your omelet? Just you didn't see it. You didn't see the little cracked eggshell.
Yeah. And it goes right in between your
And-
teeth
and-
into your gum.
But it seems like
starts
it
bleeding.
multiplies.
Yeah.
You stir it in, and
Sure.
there it is, and all of a sudden, it's one crunch. Okay, I got the eggshell. No, it's in the next bite, and the next bite after that, and you think, what the hell happened here?
It's because it breaks into more pieces.
How does it
John.
break into more
it does
pieces? How does
multiply.
it do that? You
Yeah.
know?
And multiplies. Yeah. That's tough. We played the Mean Farmer.
It is tough.
A few minutes ago, the Mean Farmer, and then this reminded me of something I saw with Pam Youngke's television report earlier this morning. She was talking all about the World Championship Cheese Convention contest that's going on at the Monona Terrace right now. 3-day event. They have more than 3,000 different cheeses. It's a big contest.
That is a great time.
Yeah, and and for the first time in several years, it's open to the public. Hasn't been open to the public for I think 3 or 4 years. So you might want to check that out.
There could be a riot. There could be some angry or hungry folks over there.
Okay.
One way or another, they're going to get their cheese.
The National Cheese Foundation Association started this in 1957.
Yeah.
That's not the exact name of it, but it has something to do with cheese. 1957. They've been
They might like that
celebrating
name.
cheese
They
since
might
then.
like the name you just gave them.
The monotone. Yeah.
Our producer, Sam, worked in a cheese factory. you know.
Yeah. Tell us about that experience, Sam. How old were you when
What do
this
you want to? This was the summer out of high school.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you want to know about it?
Well, for those who can't eavesdrop, who aren't on social media, listening to our banter during the commercial breaks, you were telling us about your experience with Munster cheese.
Munster cheese. Yes, when we got it at, well, we didn't actually make cheese at this factory. Let me say that.
Well, wait a minute. It's a cheese factory.
Yeah,
What did
exactly.
What were you doing?
We took bulk cheese, like a 500, 600-pound block of cheese usually, and we cut it down into stuff you'd buy in the grocery store mostly.
Oh, okay.
With Munster, when you get it in bulk, it doesn't have like the orange rind on it though, and you gotta dunk it in these spices in order to get it on there.
Yeah.
And this rind in this liquid, it stains anything and everything that it touches. So, like the 1 or 2 days that summer that I had to work on that line, I got just covered in this orange goop, and it stained all my clothes. It was not a fun time.
Well, yeah.
Where was this
noticed
factory?
That orange has stayed with you, by the way.
Where was the factory?
Marathon, Wisconsin. Marathon cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it still around?
Yeah.
I know a lot of them go out of business or get bought
it was
up by
it was a
other.
big place.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Just west of Wausau.
That's great.
So because you have this background in cheese, will you be going to the World
Yeah.
Championship Cheese Contest event at the Monona Terrace?
Kind
You
of
stop
reminisce.
by? or-
I might have to stop by.
Yeah.
See if the same people are there, making the cheese. Putting their
I don't know if
wares
they'd
out
want to
there
see
at the
me
table.
again. Like another.
Really?
You left on a bad note?
From my perspective, a perk of working at that cheese factory was that whenever the supervisors weren't watching, you could just eat cheese.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, definitely.
And
Yeah.
that
So
was the
you
one
did.
saving grace of working there. You could just eat as much cheese as you wanted
You know,
to.
youth can get away with eating all the cheese they ever wanted.
How did it smell in there? Is it good smell in a cheese factory, or is it?
The locker room did not smell good.
No?
It smelled like
Sour.
warm old cheese.
Yeah.
The rest of it was like the temperature of a fridge. So
Okay.
it smelled like a
Always
fridge kind of.
cold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing, Sam. It's fascinating. And what kind of cheese do you favor now? Having worked at a cheese factory, or did
Good
it give you a
question.
special?
Good question.
Thank you.
I'm a simple man. I like just a good cheddar,
Okay.
Yeah.
a little bit sharp.
I think we take cheddar in the state for granted.
Yeah.
I've been in other states where you've had cheddar and it doesn't taste like anything at all.
Like American cheese or
Yeah,
something?
it's almost
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Yeah, we get really good cheddar in the States, so we're spoiled. We are.
There's a really great cheese place up in Wisconsin Dells. It's been there forever, since the late 50s, and it's still there. It's right near. It's next to the McDonald's up there, but
Yeah.
they were there first. The cheese place. They've got a ton of variety and lots of gift items too. So big thumbs up.
I wonder
on
how
that
many
place.
people stop by these cheese oases along
Yeah.
the main highways.
Right. I
I've
would
always
think a
wanted
lot.
to stop by. I always wanted to pull over and just peruse the store and see what kind of cheese slicers they have, because
Right.
you can't get a good cheese slicer anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do. The wire slicers are the best.
Okay.
You can control the width, thickness of that cheese slice.
I think you could find it if you really want one. You can, go online and get it, or you
no,
can go in person. You could go
try.
to any of these cheese
You can
stores.
try, but
Yeah.
the whole thing here is to take that adventure, go
Okay.
into a cheese oasis store, and just check out the wares and see what they got.
By the way, we got a text here. Yesterday we were talking about a big announcement, and we were, telling everybody that was going to happen at 3:00 yesterday, and it did happen. And the big announcement is that Stephanie Miller is coming to Madison at the Barrymore Theater May 11th. We've got some tickets to give away. Not yet,
Right.
but just a little while. So we'll be doing that. But yeah, that show is going to happen May 11th at the Barrymore Theater. Very exciting. Stephanie Miller, who you hear every day here on WMDX right after the John and Gordy show. And she'll be live and in person May 11th at the Barrymore.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
We got tickets.
Ah,
And then a little while from now, we're going to have Todd Alba talking about he's got some beef with the city about alternate side parking or something. I'm not sure.
He does.
He's really all over this. He knows more about it than we do.
Well, he's going to stop by and give us a little preview of what he's got on his show today.
Okay.
Because he's going to go at length
Yeah. In
on
depth.
alternate side parking.
Right. It sounds funny, but
So he's gonna
it's a serious subject,
No,
especially
it
in the
isn't.
in the wintertime. It is because where are you supposed to park? Well, you have to think about it every day. Where is it? This side of the street, that side of the street? They're very confusing.
Yeah.
So Todd's going to clear up all the confusion on it. Tell us, what we need to know about alternate side parking in Madison.
I think he has a GoFundMe page to pay off his alternate side parking tickets.
He's got a lot of tickets.
I've got a bone to pick with this city as well about
Do you
alternate
really?
side park. Yeah,
Bone to pick time.
I've
Okay.
I've had a couple parking tickets, and my roommate, he actually had his car towed this week.
Oh, no.
'Cause of his parking tickets?
Well,
Or-
yeah, he apparently had some that he didn't know about.
Oh.
And so they suspended his registration, and when they were coming around at night to check for parking, they towed his car away.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, but we'll get more into that once Todd's
All right,
here.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, maybe that's
That's a
another
lesson
one of
for
his,
everybody.
one of his
Pay your
complaints.
tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, know about your tickets. He didn't know. Yeah. Somebody probably pulled it off the windshield, just played a little trick on him, and he spent a night in jail and lost his car.
It's a sad story, but hopefully it has a happy ending. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's not fun in those jail cells,
Okay.
Have you been to the Dane County Jail, John? Do you have a story to tell us?
Well, I met this dancer, Mr. Bojangles, and
Did he sing for you?
yeah, he did actually.
Do you have
and-
worn out shoes?
Well, I wrote this stuff down on a piece of paper a long time back, lost it. I don't know where it ended up.
Do you have a dog that died like 20 years ago he was pining for?
Well, I heard from this guy Jerry Jeff, and he was talking about a song that he wrote, and I said, yeah, sure.
Okay. Kind of wandering off into
Not
the wilderness, aren't we?
Just making stuff up
meandering
now.
this.
No, we got real stories here.
Do
okay?
we?
Let's talk about
Well, let's get to
the
one,
labor
'cause
shortage.
It's been a while.
Let's talk about the labor shortage because this is a big deal on the right because they don't know how to deal with this. In other words, make worker-friendly laws. That would help.
Well, that speaker guy, Mike Johnson, I'm sure he has plenty of ideas
Well, he's got
about how
an
to deal
idea.
with it, right?
Yeah, he's got a really big idea.
What's the big idea?
Well, since they overturned Roe v. Wade, he's depending on a lot of the women to have babies. Let's check that cut.
Roe v. Wade gave constitutional cover to the elective killing of unborn children in America, period. You think about the implications of that on the economy. We're all struggling here to cover the bases of Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all the rest. If we had all those able-bodied workers in the economy, we wouldn't be going upside down and toppling over like this. Listen,
The gentleman-
I will not yield. I will not. Roe was a terrible corruption of America's constitutional jurisprudence. Roe v. Wade gave constitutional cover to the elective killing of unborn children in America, period. You think about the implications of that on the economy. We're all struggling here to cover the bases of Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and all the rest. If we had all those able-bodied workers in the economy, we wouldn't be going upside down and toppling over like this. Listen,
The gentleman-
I will not
Yeah,
yield.
he will not yield.
He's not yielding.
The whole thing here is that, let's have those babies. Let's force those babies on women out there to supply the able-bodied workers that we need so desperately in this country. That's their solution.
Why?
I would think, again, friendly labor laws out there and try to attract more people into your state to work here. Of course, we have huge penalties for those people who lose their jobs. So who wants to come here like a first-time job, see how it works out, bring their family with them, and then suddenly lose their job and then experience what the Republicans have set up for unemployment in this town? No, you don't want that, and no one's going to come here, and we'll continue to lose able-bodied workers to other states that have better benefits and cover the workers certainly more thoroughly than we do here.
Well, isn't that the part that kind of mystifies me is, when immigration is working, when we figure this thing out, And 20, 30 years ago, it seemed like that was the impetus for good immigration.
Yep.
We needed workers.
Yep.
We got them, whether they were farm workers, just, here temporarily on a visa, or, people that wanted to come to the country to make something out of themselves and to help their families.
The American dream.
The American dream. That's right. Yeah.
And it
The
turned out,
shining city on the hill.
last time I read the statistics on this is immigrants were like creating business. 45% of the new businesses were created by immigrants.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah.
So we want to keep them out. We don't want to create businesses. We don't want to create businesses that hire more people. No, we want to keep them out. This is the melting pot, which they forgot is a melting pot. So,
well,
it's like the cheese state when they wanted to ban or get rid of the law requiring butter on every table in every restaurant. Well, we're only, the cheese state,
the dairy state.
The dairy state. What the hell, let's get rid of that. They don't understand any of this. What is tradition? What we're really focusing on here?
Well, thank goodness we have the World Championship Cheese Contest going on right now at the Monona Center, so we can find out all the facts about cheese. Yeah, because cheese is the answer.
Well, why didn't we have a guest? I would love to have had a few.
Well,
samples
the thing's
here
going
in the
on for
studio.
3 days. Maybe we can reach out to them, get somebody in here to
Oh my God!
sort it out.
Yes, we still have time.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring some of that extra cheese.
Yes.
All
Maybe
right.
I'll stop over there today and see if I can track somebody down
Really?
and come on in.
You
Why
got the
not?
time to do
I got
that?
plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You kind of surprised me. I didn't know you had that much time on your hands.
I got an easy day
Think you
today.
can find Monona? All right.
Okay. All right.
Just go, hey, Google, where's Monona?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's pretty easy
there
to
goes
find.
your phone.
Yeah. It did. Now it's going to answer. I know. Let's see. No, for some reason
not talking.
It's not talking today. Why is that?
What
You did fire it off.
What do we got? 1 minute? 2 minutes?
Less
minute
than
and a half. Minute and a half. All right.
like how Sam is mouthing the words to us. You can go ahead and talk to us.
That's why we gave him a microphone.
Now we got a minute
There
and
we
a
go.
half.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
So, well, what are we going to do?
Do you remember something called intelligent design? Do you remember that?
I do remember the phrase.
A long time ago, they wanted to put intelligent design in our public schools, and that is to butt it up against science.
Yeah.
So you'd compare what science said about certain things, and then you'd say, well, but what about intelligent design? It sounds scientific.
Mm-hmm.
You look at religion and what the Bible said and compare it to science and history and archaeology and see which one sounds right to you.
Mm-hmm. What happened to that?
Well, they got rid of intelligent design because it was, hocus pocus. It wasn't real, and it was based on, fantasy, the words of the Bible.
Okay. So are we trying to bring it back? Or
Yes, they actually want to bring it back.
Why would they do that?
One bill in West Virginia allowed teachers to say that there are theories other than evolution on how the world may have been created. And they started off saying intelligent design, but they were stopped immediately, and they just want to teach the theory
All right.
of evolution.
We will have much more on intelligent design right after this. It's coming up.
Whisper time.
Don't tell anybody. Keep it under your head.
What are we talking about next?
We're going to just finish the story on intelligence. No, it's not intelligence. We'll finish that one, and then we'll go on to what do I have in my schedule here?
What is
grooming? Grooming. I love this cut. That would be track 397.
All right. I got to look for this.
And let's go into wage inflation, too. Okay. That would be 398. 397, 398.
I'm looking for the missing piece here.
I'll look for it at the top of the hour.
What?
I'll look for it at the top of the hour.
All right.
15 seconds.
Great.
I'm on my hands and knees for this place.
Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM and 1580 AM. The capital city, Madison, State Street, the Tri-Corners, as we like to call it here.
Sure. We are live.
Yes,
we are direct from
we
State
are.
Street. It's
We are.
cloudy. It's 39 degrees. It's going to be beautiful today. Highs upper 40s.
Notice any leaves out there?
No, the leaf guy took care of all the leaves.
The leaf guy went by the way. You weren't
Yeah.
looking, but he
Yeah.
was out there.
I heard him. Yeah. How many leaves was he blowing today?
There were none.
Yeah.
He was looking. He had the machine on.
Yeah. And then the street sweeper went by.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
After it rained really hard and the streets were absolutely washed clean.
Now we got a couple of guys just standing right in the middle of State Street
Well,
waiting
they're
for
actually
the.
waiting for the light.
They were
Isn't that
waiting
crazy?
for the. There's no traffic
no
at all.
traffic. Well, then he needed a rest. All right, let's look at grooming. You know, what is
Grooming.
What happens when you groom children? What's going on there?
What do you-
Well, you know, there was a little interview. Somebody interviewed a child,
Yeah.
a 10-year-old child, a little boy, and he was asked questions about, you know, the Trump election and everything. And I just thought this was a good example of parents grooming.
Okay.
Now, Colin, can you tell us how old you are?
I am 10 years old
And why do you support President Trump?
because he protects us, he protects America, and he was making a border for the U.S. and Mexico to separate us so nothing bad happens. As in, like right now, as people are hurting the USA from Mexico, and if it was under Trump and Trump was president, it would never happen, and all the wars wouldn't happen, like Ukraine.
And what's worth more under President Trump? Hold that up.
Turn it around, babe. Show the camera. The dollar was worth.
The dollar is worth more under President Trump.
Yeah, that's a fake dollar, by the way, with
Okay.
Trump's face on it. Okay, so it's worth more.
Okay. So
that's kind of sad, isn't it?
They're
Really,
grooming.
yeah,
they're
that's a
kind of yeah.
that's
They're
grooming their
molding
little
them.
kids into mega Trump fans later on, because Trump obviously, if he is elected, will not leave office.
Well, and the Supreme Court, they finally said no, we're not going with the Colorado ballot thing. So all these other ballot states, Wisconsin among them, Illinois, all these other states, they're throwing that out. That argument, the states have nothing to say about it,
That's right.
according to the Supreme Court.
That's right. The states have everything to say about it when it comes to minority voting. But when it comes to Trump or any, elitist,
Insurrectionists.
if you take it really down to that level, these people are untouchable. And with what the court has done, and I even said this when they made the other decision recently in regards to elections. There's nothing left of the Supreme Court. This is the most radical, rogue Supreme Court I have ever seen, and I've lived quite a few years. I have never seen anything like this. We never had an individual who challenged every possible law he could, and we're finding out because of that just how fragile and how bad our legal system is in this country. I heard the Devils talking to an attorney, their attorney guest that they always have on. His hair was not on fire. He just, they did this and they said that. No big deal. I'm sitting here thinking, we're collapsing as a country. On a legal basis, we don't have any control anymore. These guys have all the control. And if you have the power like Trump, the Supreme Court, a lot of the people on that Supreme Court owe Trump a job. They're going along with this, and they have basically allowed insurrectionists to be in elections now and become our political leaders.
Now, one interesting thing, this came out late last night, okay, after all the dust had settled about this decision. And one of the things that the Supreme Court said was it's not up to the courts, it's up to Congress to be the controlling
That's right.
authority on this. So Jamie Raskin, the Congressman Jamie Raskin from Maryland, he put out a statement saying that Congress and the Democrats are going to take this up. They're going to write a bill, and they're going to challenge this, saying, because the Supreme Court said in their decision, this is up to Congress to make
Right.
the rules about presidential elections.
Yes.
So he is, and this was just a little nugget I saw
He's a
late last
constitutional
night.
attorney.
He is.
And he knows his stuff.
And he's writing up a bill, and there are Democrats that are going to take them up on this and present it to the Supreme Court, apparently, or once if they can pass this bill saying that insurrectionists cannot run for president. So we'll see where that goes. But Jamie Raskin's, he's pretty sharp on this stuff.
Is.
So he jumped on this right away.
So he didn't exactly have his hair on fire. He decided to go about this in a legal way, a lawful way. That's fine. It's even better. I really appreciate it. The thing is, the 14th Amendment is self-executing. It means what it says, and that's what it is. And you can't walk around it like the Supreme Court justices did in this case, and then made up something where the Congress is supposed to deal with it. That's not in the Constitution. It has no reference to Congress dealing with this particular problem. That's why it is self-executing. It says what it says. It says you can't run if you're part of any kind of insurrection. That's it. It's done. It's not a reference to going to Congress and coming up with a law there, because obviously the justices know that Congress is never going to do anything at all. So it protects everyone who wants to run, who is an insurrectionist, to be a politician and work from the inside out and destroy our country.
So here's the story. Jamie Raskin plans to revive legislation barring Trump from office via the 14th Amendment. So that's what he's going to do.
That's beautiful. I did not see that.
Yeah, this came out just late last night.
Wow.
So we'll take another look at that here as we've got some time.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. We've got, 2 minutes left?
Yeah. Less than 2, about 90 seconds. Boy. Coming up in our next hour, Todd Alba will be our guest.
Yes.
Todd is going to tell us all about whatever we need to know about alternate side parking in Madison and why this is so confusing for some people and what should be done about it.
It's tough.
He's got a special show today where he's going to go deep on this. And
we'll give you a preview of it here on the show.
That's right.
At about, 7:36 or so?
Something like that. Yeah. And also, we've got tickets for Stephanie Miller coming to the Barrymore Theater Saturday, May 11th. And we'll be giving away those tickets in our next hour.
Well, next hour also we'll be talking about the Moms for Liberty and the dystopian MAGA future.
All right. Stay with us.
It's the John and Gordy Show. Come on. As we were saying, it's the John and Gordy Show.
John and Gordy in the morning.
As we were saying,
let the sun shine.
it's the John and Gordy Show.
Member of the House Oversight Committee is hatching plans to revive that legislation, blah, blah, blah. In any event, the Supreme Court punted and said it's up to Congress to act. Raskin told CNN, I'm working with a number of my colleagues, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Eric Swalwell, to revive legislation that we had to set up a process by which we could determine if someone who committed insurrection is disqualified by Section 3 and Amendment 14. 14th Amendment.
So they're going to come up with a law and see if the Republicans go along with it?
Well, it's got to start in the House, and they've got to get, the Senate on board. We'll see how that goes. They could probably pass it through the House. But,
I like this. The Moms for Liberties slam 60 Minutes over their coverage of book bans. No, maybe it's them. Maybe it's you. You think? Okay, we're getting to the book ban next.
Book ban?
Yep, 60 Minutes. I got 2 cuts from that. So.
Yeah, I saw some of that with Scott Pelley.
That is 60 Minutes, 392. And
Here's the other end of it. But,
Right.
but
No, there was
it's this piece.
yeah. There was
I've got one of these at home too. An adapter.
There's two of them.
Oh. Where'd you see this? Okay, well, we're good. Yeah, I was gonna play that Democrat thing. This Simon McGowan guy. He's on with Lawrence O'Donnell a lot. Oh,
What is this spot?
this is the thing I played that last week. It's about 3 minutes, so it's pretty long, but just all the good things about the numbers the last 2 or 3 years on the Democrat side. He just kind of ran it all down. I just have it kind of standing by because I think it's a really good cut. And if we get into the, I don't know where this Jamie Raskin thing is going to go. Or,
That is so good. I think he's
this is
tough.
New York Post, but let's see if we can find a little bit more reliable. Jamie Raskin set to revive Yahoo News. Jamie Raskin has a message for the Supreme Court. Challenge accepted. So 5 of the 6 conservative justices determined that the 14th Amendment can only be enforced through a law passed by Congress.
See, there's no reference to that. It's just they just made it up.
Which
How can that happen?
Which the 3 liberal justices strongly opposed.
The 3 liberal justices says, no, you can't do it. You can't create something like that. And then that basically blocks any attempt later on for any other insurrectionist. The court can't deal with it. This is, well, I'm sorry, we can't deal with that. Send it to Congress. And Congress, of course, is in stalemate all the time. So that's never going to happen.
I disagree with that interpretation just because other parts of the 14th Amendment are self-executing.
That's self-executing.
In any event, the Supreme Court punted and said it's up to Congress to act. The Maryland representative continued, so I'm working with a number. Okay, that's the same. But here we've got. Let's see, how can I get this?
The thing is, the decision is law now. Could you send that to?
I don't know. How do I do this?
Click up there. Click on the thing. No, not there.
Okay.
Just
Here,
there.
take
Just
it.
Click on the whole thing.
The link.
No.
No.
You just click on that. It goes to Twitter. Do you have Twitter on your
See the
computer?
button? Yeah. Click that right now.
Click that.
Okay.
And then
You want to take a hold of the mouse here and do
then
it?
You got a link. Then you send the link to.
Here,
let's
up here?
play that. Let's play that. No, not
That's
that.
not the link. Here, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
You do it.
Do it live.
Here.
Hold your laptop up to
Right
the
here.
mic.
Copy link. And could you send it in your email? To Sam?
Probably. Oh, I don't know what this email is. This is
You don't have your
Microsoft.
emails.
I've got my Civic email on here, but
Okay, just go to your Civic email then. I don't know what this is. You don't have your. So you have the link already copied.
Yeah, okay.
Just go to your email.
all right, let me shut this thing off.
Because that'll be the next story. Well, no, let's do that story right away.
Yeah, if I can get it. Let's see.
Well, no, we'll do the moms. We have the moms. Cuts 392 and 395.
Hang on. Let's find out. Sign in here. This one.
Coffee. Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
See? It's not a bad impression, actually.
Transmitted by wire.
Here is the latest news brought into your own living room.
You'll be hard to satisfy with anything less.
Let's get on something to talk about.
Talk is cheap. Gib. Always gossiping.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
This is Hi-Fi Plus.
And that's the way it is.
We'll do it live.
Only on Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. Take it away, boys.
Are we on?
Okay, we will.
We can.
Thank you.
Yes.
Welcome back to the John and Gordy Show, Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. John Peterson, Gordy Young, our producer Sam Davison, and you. Thank you for joining us. 608-879-8255 is our number. You can chime in with your questions, comments, or texts. Get them right into the studio here.
It's going to be a real dilemma trying to figure out what I'm going to watch on Sunday because 60 Minutes is going to be on, and then the Oscars are going to be on.
Well, you're
got to
gonna
check out 60 Minutes though, because they're going to have the Moms for Liberty on there. And this,
Are they?
This is
Really?
This is quite the interview. We're going to play a couple of tracks from this interview.
Wait a minute, weren't they already on? Didn't they already get interviewed?
Let's check. They've been interviewed, and we're going to play a couple of tracks on this. In fact, this is a little humorous. Okay, this is a line of the story on this. In a recent segment on CBS's 60 Minutes, the growing trend of right-wing book bans was examined, with the parental rights group Moms for Liberty coming under scrutiny. However, and this is the line, the organization has since hit back on that coverage this last Sunday, accusing the news show of bias and misrepresentation.
Oh, really?
Now, I would have to say that they are the ones who are biased with just loads of misrepresentation. But, if you throw it back at them, I know you are, but what am I? It's this little child game. They think that works. It doesn't work.
Well, I saw the interview, and it seemed like Scott Pelley was just trying to nail him down.
Right?
What's that?
He asked very simple questions.
He asked simple questions. They didn't really have the answers.
That was it.
That was pretty much the story.
And that's bias and misrepresentation.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
They had the responsibility of explaining themselves and coming across credibly, and they did not do that.
Dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, they kind of avoided the issue completely. Scott Pelley asked the founders, what ideology are the children being indoctrinated into, and what is your fear? Let's check out that clip. Let's hear.
Wait.
That is 392.
We love teachers. My children have had the best teachers. I've had the greatest teachers that have influenced and impacted me. But there are rogue teachers in America's classrooms right now.
Rogue teachers.
Rogue teachers.
Parents send their children to school to be educated, not indoctrinated into ideology.
What ideology are they being indoctrinated into?
That's the question.
Let's just say children in America cannot read.
They often dodged questions with talking points.
You're being evasive.
21% of Hispanic students are reading on grade level.
You're being evasive. What ideology are the children being indoctrinated into? What is your fear?
I think parents' fears are realized. They're looking at these books where sexual discussions are happening with their children at younger and younger ages.
Tiffany Justice read from sexually explicit books written for older teens, but found in a few lower schools. Most people wouldn't want them in a lower school. But in a tactic of outrage politics, Moms for Liberty takes a kernel of truth and concludes these examples are not rare mistakes, but a plot to sexualize children.
Your critics say that you have an anti-gay ideology.
That is false. That is false.
Nothing could be further from the truth. We have gay members. I think it's an effort to really try to marginalize us as an organization, because parents are coming together across racial lines, across religious lines, across all of these different ways that we see Americans being divided so often.
I want to thank you.
But voters have not come together for Moms for Liberty. Last year, moms endorsed 166 school board candidates. 2/3 were defeated, according to the nonpartisan Brookings Institution. Moms also faces questions about its third co-founder, conservative education activist Bridget Ziegler. She left Moms for Liberty, and now she's being asked to resign from the Sarasota School Board. Last year, she told police she had three-way sex with her husband and a woman. Her husband, Christian Ziegler, had been accused of rape in another incident. Investigators concluded that alleged attack was, quote, likely consensual. But Christian Ziegler was forced out as chair of the Florida Republican Party.
There you go.
Okay.
We have a call.
So we do have a
in
call. Let's
regards
go to the
this.
phones.
Before we
Right.
get to our next cut.
Yeah. Okay.
We got another cut on this, so
All
let's
right.
go to Mark.
Mark, good morning.
Well, Moms for Liberty, they're just ridiculous. I mean, I remember the books that were around when I was a kid. And this is saying something that's back in the late 60s, early 70s, that there was books that they probably would have deemed inappropriate even back then. But, I mean, getting back to the Supreme Court from your earlier discussion, you are right. The 14th Amendment should be self-executing. But, however, the quibble I'd make is that, Congress does have a role, and Congress can actually say, well, you remove the impediment for insurrectionists running for office by a 2/3 vote. I mean, technically, that's what it says. And that's the argument. What's so sad is that I could actually make an argument before some of the members of the Supreme Court make them. Perhaps I'm bragging a little bit, but I could make some of them look like fools. That and for Clarence Thomas, this line comes to mind when guys say, "Well, we don't know what our wife was doing," that we shouldn't be responsible for her. There's a line from Oliver Twist where Bumble is caught at the end where his wife had stolen the medallion from Oliver's mother while she was dying, and that the magistrates told him, "Well, you're supposed to know what your wife is doing all the time." And Bumble makes the comment that, well, if the law assumes you know what your wife is doing all the time, well, Bumble makes the comment, rather, maybe astutely, but that if the law assumes that, then the law is an ass. And But Clarence Thomas is the ass here because he knew damn well what Jenny Thomas was doing and her involvement in the insurrection. And I could be mistaken here, but I think I heard reports that Samuel Alito was actually, trying to engineer, a way to get those fake elector ballots into the onto the floor of the.
Well, Thomas should have recused himself in this case. I mean, this is so obvious. His wife is working to get the election overturned, and he still stayed in this case and cast his vote. It's almost mind-boggling that this is happening in front of our eyes, and we're allowing it for some reason, and they're getting away with it. And every time they do this, they think they can get away with even more the next time, and that's what's going to happen basically in regards to this. We're going to have a little cut from Jamie Raskin.
Right.
He's he knows his stuff about the Constitution, and we'll get his opinion on it as well. I appreciate the call, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right, and let's get back to the Moms for Liberty in regards to all of the book banning and being misrepresented by 60 Minutes. Can you imagine that?
Oh
my
boy.
gosh, 60 Minutes. You can tell that they're just extremely biased. So let's play track 395.
We wanted to know about the messages on Mom's X account, which adopts the extremist smear with, if they don't like being called groomers, they should stop trying to groom our kids.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm going to say that if we'd have to see the exact tweet. Tiffany manages our Twitter account.
So we read more exact tweets from their account. This targets a librarian. You want to groom our children and we're supposed to give you love? Again, Justice and Duskovich went to their talking points.
I'm just asking, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by grooming?
Parents want to partner with their children's schools, but we do not co-parent with the government.
Grooming does not seem like a word that you want to take on.
We did some polling, And we really wanted to know, where are the American people on this issue of parental rights and what's happening in our schools?
Dodging questions like those was not an option.
Yep. That's it.
So,
yeah, it's something they certainly did avoid, just bringing up other topics and subject matter. Every parent is allowed to say whether or not their child can have access to a book. That's the point. Can we just go there with it? One of the books that they were talking about banning was checked out just 4 times total.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people are going to the library nowadays anyway to check out books. Why discourage them? And the review process determined many of the pages that they complained about were taken out of context, which is something they also like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't porn. Yeah. So the problem is exactly what?
Yeah, exactly. All right, we've got another call here.
All right.
Dick is on the line with a question or comment. Good morning, Dick.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I saw that whole interview Sunday, and it was, yeah. But anyway, when she said, well, we have gay friends, or I'm surprised they didn't say they had black friends, too.
Oh, there you go. Sure.
Right. But my dad used to have a little saying for politicians and or people like this that just can't come clean on an issue. Say their mission statement is, I stand before you to sit behind you, or I stand before you to sit behind you to tell you something I know nothing about.
There you go.
And that sums up most politicians.
Absolutely.
and people like this. It just was the most ridiculous non-interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were both, all they did is sit there and go right to their little talking points like they said.
Yeah.
And it was just a joke.
It was.
So they're going to do a re-up, you're saying?
No, they're not actually going to do it. You never
good.
know. They always have.
Good.
So in future episodes, they sometimes get back to it from other responses that they've received over their shows, their past shows.
Well,
but
I
no.
suggest they bring a little band or something to accompany them if they do anything further.
Okay. All right.
Dick, thank you for your call.
Yeah.
608-879-8255.
They make a claim that these books are found in schools all across America. That's not true. In Oregon, basically, where they're talking about this, 3 high schools had the book. High schools. These pretty grown-up kids at this point. So what do? They blow these little things out of proportion, and it's picked up nationwide on their network of right-wing media shows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get away with doing all of this.
That's it. All right. 18 minutes past the hour. I'll tell you what, let's take some calls now. If you would like to go to the Stephanie Miller Show, it's happening at the Barrymore Theater on May 11th. Saturday, May 11th at 8 p.m. is the showtime. If you would like to get a pair of Stephanie Miller tickets, you know Stephanie. She follows us every day right here on WMDX. Those tickets can be yours if you give us a call now, 608-879-8255. That's 608. Dial carefully. 608-879-8255. If you want to go to Stephanie Miller on us at the Barrymore Theater Saturday, May 11th.
Beautiful.
Oh! Woo! Good now! I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Get up off of that thing and dance to you better.
Yeah.
Get up off of that thing and dance to you. Sing it now.
Mad Radio, WMDX. That'll get you going.
Yeah.
92.7 FM, 1580 AM. The Moms for Liberty don't get you going. That will.
Hey, thanks for your calls. We do have a winner.
We do have.
And
we
Yes.
apologize to everybody.
Congrats
who
to
didn't get it.
Dolores. Won our first set of tickets to see Stephanie Miller. We're going to be giving away 3 more pairs for the rest of the week. So be sure to call back in tomorrow and the rest of the week.
Yep.
Super.
And tomorrow we will be at Short Stack Eatery, but we'll still do the ticket giveaways as we are there from 6 to 8 a.m. Sam will be here in master control, taking care of everything here.
As we chow down some pancakes and talk to whoever stops by.
That's right.
You'll be interviewed and grilled.
Okay, what? No, that's not.
No,
that's not how.
Well, you're always like you're tough. You're a tough interviewer. I'll try to be the buffer between you and our listeners.
Okay, you do that.
See if we can do something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Trump promises megas a simple death sentence for American school kids, basically. This is crazy stuff.
What's this all about?
Yeah, what is this all about? What we're talking about is kids in school getting a disease because other children in the school did not get vaccinated. Boy, we had a real discussion here with Rocker the other day after we were off the air.
Yeah. Well, it was an active discussion, but I think it was good.
It was an active discussion, but I feel very strongly that if you're going to send a kid to a public school or any kind of school at all, they better be vaccinated. The typical vaccinations that we have been living with for decade after decade,
Decades,
half century after half century. Let's just, get them inoculated so they don't spread the disease around to the other kids in the class.
This used to be just standard.
It's standard stuff.
It's still standard. I mean, you couldn't get into school unless you had proof that you had all the vaccinations that you should have for your age.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And, that's still the deal at most schools.
So Trump said in Richmond that he will take all federal funds away from public schools that require vaccines. And I want you to cue up cut 391, and let's check out what that has to tell us.
Okay.
And I will not give 1 penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or mask mandate.
Really? Wow.
That's
okay.
Yeah, well, I'd go for that one. What is happening? This is like
everything's breaking down.
A coliseum, right?
Yeah.
And they want to see the lions and the people eaten by lions in the coliseum. In this case, they just want more people to have diseases that we've already wiped out. They're done.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just going to give kids measles again so they can have what is the shingles.
Oh,
They're going
gosh.
to have shingles later in life.
Yeah.
And have to get the Shingrix shot. That's no fun. Okay, so let's just prevent the diseases now. I can't understand this. For instance, with an entirely preventable outbreak of measles spreading across Florida, down there, this is crazy stuff because they've got a crazy Surgeon General down there, Joseph Ladapo. He has defined what experts are saying they should do in regards to this. He wrote to parents telling them that it was perfectly fine for parents to continue to send their unvaccinated children to school. Boy, let's encourage them. Let's get them out there, and it's okay if they're not vaccinated. Don't worry about it. You've got my thumbs up.
It's fine.
Ladapo, my God. Wow, this guy. Jeez. The weird thing about him is they gave him an incredible salary, I think $600,000.
Ooh, okay.
Then they gave him a tenured position at the university.
Sure, why not?
To take the job.
Yeah,
that was the incentive.
Some perks.
Yeah, there's a few perks. And by the way, that tenured position is $600,000 too. Wow.
He's rolling in the dough.
This is robbery. This is taxpayer robbery. And they're doing it just in front of you, no matter what. And they're giving you the worst possible advice when it comes to these spreadable diseases. In fact, the media down there has picked up on this. Florida, they say, "Come for the sunshine, leave with the measles." that's
the new slogan.
That's the Orlando.
They're going with that.
That's the Orlando Sentinel headline.
Whoa,
God.
Okay.
And another one is measles. So on brand for Florida's descent into the 1950s was the Tampa Bay Times headline.
Amazing.
This is not going unnoticed.
No, and it shouldn't. Yeah.
What is
Shine a light on
happening down there? My God.
Okay. Now, earlier we were talking about Jamie Raskin.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, the 14th Amendment.
Okay. Now let's just recap this. You know, this came out late last night, and Jamie Raskin was on CNN. He is going to one-up. The Supreme Court said, you know, we're not having anything to do with this thing with the ballots in Colorado or anything else. We're just declaring that this, if Congress wants to write a bill, you know, or make a new law, that's up to Congress. But hands off as far as the Supreme Court goes. We're not going to get into this, whether he's on the ballot or not ballot. He's going to be on the ballot nationwide.
Right.
So Jamie Raskin had this to say. You have that standing by here, Sam? All right. Let's hear what Jamie Raskin's response is, because he's going to write a bill now.
Congressman, now that you've read the Supreme Court decision, which effectively says that they don't agree with that argument, what's your response?
Well, the court didn't exactly disagree with it. They just said that they're not the ones to figure it out. It's not going to be a matter for judicial resolution under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, but it's up to Congress to enforce it. You know, I disagree with that interpretation just because the other parts of the 14th Amendment are self-executing. People can go to court and say that something violates equal protection, even if there's not a federal statute that allows them to do that. But in any event, the Supreme Court punted and said it's up to Congress to act. And so I am working with a number of my colleagues, including Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Eric Swalwell, to revive legislation that we had to set up a process by which we could determine that someone who committed insurrection is disqualified by Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And the House of Representatives already impeached Donald Trump for participating in insurrection by inciting it. So the House has already pronounced upon that, and there was also a 57-43 vote in the Senate. The question is whether Speaker Mike Johnson would allow us to bring this to the floor of the House.
That's right.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. I don't know.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, so he could write the...
And that's why the Supreme Court tossed it to Congress, because they know this will never happen.
Yeah, Mike Johnson.
No one will agree to it in Congress ever.
Right.
So they've just inoculated everybody from ever being banned from running for office.
Yeah, even if
now,
they're...
anyone can.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So this is... Now, you got to think like 10, 15 years from now, we're going to have all of these insurrectionists running for office, trying to destroy the government from the inside.
From within.
Now, I've seen this over and over with the Supreme Court. They're driving me crazy with this, allowing people to have guns. The Second Amendment never said that. Money isn't free speech, but they determined that it is. I mean, we're seeing everything just fall apart based on a conservative view of the Constitution.
Okay, so, all right, it is 7:29. Coming up right around the corner, we've got news, we've got weather, we've got Pam Yankee with the agricultural report, and coming up, Todd Alba will be talking about alternate parking in Madison. What is going on with this? We'll find out.
Realize nothing else written on here.
Woo!
It's good to.
The phone's actually lit up.
We got like 7
Yeah.
calls. That's good.
Yeah.
They're there.
They're
people,
there.
People
They're...
like Stephanie Miller, I guess.
Yes,
and they're listening to us.
Well, no, okay, let's have a concert down there, okay? Let's see if anybody will show up.
A concert?
Anybody want tickets to see John and Gordy? No. You can see us free.
We'll be
Short
there.
stack.
We'll be there. I think Crute and Don will be there.
Yep. We'll all hold hands. We'll go on stage, hold
Kumbaya.
hands, and kumbaya. Yep. All right. Yes.
I just kind of shot from the hip. It seemed like time. Let's give away the tickets. We got a couple of callers.
Good.
So people are listening.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good. Thank you, listeners that are listening on Facebook.
Yes, watching on the
we'll have more
social
chances to give away
media
more tickets.
platforms.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I wish I.
This trees, bro. Did you see what they said at the end of this thing?
Cheese bro.
Wait, cheese bro. Yeah. Cheese bro. Okay. So at the end of this whole thing, they're wrapping this whole deal up.
Yeah.
The lawsuit. Cheese bro, and Troopus?
Yes.
Didn't admit any wrongdoing or liability. Okay, right, we get that. But they had to promise they would never participate in similar efforts ever again. Okay, you guys, what you did, was kind of, we don't, sorry, but you can't do this again, okay? That's part of the agreement.
Okay,
how about,
I promise.
Could you put your wrists out there? Okay, we're not going to slap him. We're just going to hold him for a second.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Not even a slap on the wrist.
For something like this, right?
Troopus must also pay an undisclosed amount. So that was probably, what, $100 fine or something?
Yeah.
Don't do it again, okay? You guys promise? Yeah. Don't ever do this again. Don't tell anybody how you did it, to tell them, any secrets about what you learned during all of this. They had to release 1,400 pages of emails, text messages, and documents concerning all of this.
I think I have a story on that, but
it all started in Wisconsin.
Yep. They
were the root.
And Josh Call is nowhere to be seen.
Why doesn't he?
Oh, yes.
Is Todd with us yet?
Not yet.
396. If you want to get that ready, 396.
Does Todd live is he liable to pop in?
He's coming over StreamYard, apparently.
Let's talk about this. Just what we talked about.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's bring that up because it got a cut.
Okay, good.
Good.
This is good, though, that Jamie Raskin is doing this. Call, gets Thomas or Mike Johnson,
right away.
Mike Johnson right in the crosshairs. He's never going to bring this up, but do it anyway.
Well, this is where the Senate they had a chance to stop him, stop anybody, right?
Right
for the insurrection. They could have just said, yeah, he's guilty, but nope.
Todd, where are you?
I am on the streets of Madison.
It looked like you were just sitting in a deer stand or something.
I'm walking the streets of Madison.
Well, he's got a deer stand in Madison.
Well, you could come in. You could have come into the studio.
He's out for his morning walk, it looks like.
That's true.
Yeah. No, this is good. Might as well get your exercise in, Todd.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Exactly.
So we're going to go with
Todd?
Yep. All right.
This is a pet peeve.
You're doing a special show on this today, Todd?
At least the first hour, yeah.
Okay,
it's semi-serious, but we're also having some fun.
I love it.
All right.
No, I think it's a great idea. It was.
You're a good troublemaker.
Yeah. We tried to.
30 seconds.
All right. All right, here we go.
Really?
Yeah, don't you think?
Sure.
I feel
Are you getting nervous yet, John?
Yes, I am. I'm very nervous.
Any moment.
10 seconds.
Oh, 10?
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Smiling Eddie's Auto Repair Shop. If your car is having engine trouble, bring it on down to Smiling Eddie's, where this week only you'll save 20% on a free estimate.
That's Ed's cousin.
Save 20% on a free estimate.
Ed's Wine's
It
cousin.
makes sense to me.
Jeez.
All right.
Oh, man.
734.
WMDX, John and Gordy Show, 90.7 FM and 1580 AM. On the line right now, we're talking one of the biggest pet peeves anyone in this town has ever had. It is alternate side parking. And Todd, you've got a big feature coming up on your show today in regards to it.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, Todd Alba joins us.
John, Gordy, Sam, the best team in Madison in the mornings. How the heck
Yes.
are you?
Doing
we're good,
great,
man. We love listening to you.
Yeah, where are you right now, Todd? You're outside somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm walking the streets of Madison. Unlike usual, I'm not trying to get a date. I'm actually trying to bring awareness to the. So I live not too close by exact location, but I live in the very, very near south side of Madison, just off the Isthmus. So just kind of in the lakeside area over there.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
If you're watching on the stream over my shoulder here, there's a sign. This
Yes,
one,
see
I
that.
mean, for those of us who live in Madison, I mean, parking can get very confusing. Now, I lived in Madison probably 25-ish years. I lived on the Isthmus, off the Isthmus, the far west side, the south side. Yeah. And here's the thing. And, you know, I'm all in, you know, I recognize that climate control is a real thing and all of that. But it's getting warmer, guys. And do we really need alternate side parking when it's like 50 degrees out? And how many people? And here's the thing: this guy was listener helped out because we had a lot of callers or listeners that kind of wrote in and said, you know what? What ticks me off is this alternate side parking stuff. Yeah. Because it's very confusing. You understand? Like on the Isthmus, you guys probably know, on the Isthmus, what they do is they wait until there's a forecast for 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. Then they declare a snow emergency. And of course, then you got to move your car. I got no problem with that.
Okay.
But why are the good citizens of Madison having to keep track every night? Oh, is it an odd day? Is it an even day? And then you got, and you know, look, the city employees of Madison are fine folks. They got a job to do. But then they come along and they nail you because, you know, you had an extra cocktail and you forgot to go move your car. I don't get it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So what are you going to do about it, Todd? What are you?
You're going to print up stickers now that say I got too drunk, I can't move my car. So you put it on your window, and you're okay then, right?
That's exactly right, guys. No. So thank you so very much for asking. If you go to the Todd Allball Show or Civic Media, and you guys are welcome to share it as well. We have started a very Madison thing. We have started a petition. That's right.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yes. You can go to the Todd Allball Show, Civic Media. You guys can use it on John and Gordy, whatever you want to do. And people can sign a petition. We have it up right now at the Todd Allball Show page on at least on Facebook and Twitter. You can sign the petition, and we're going. And by the way, for the show today, we invited a parking person or like somebody from the parking office of Madison. We got back an initial response in 24 hours. I was shocked.
That's good. Yeah.
And they're like, well, what do you want? And we said, well, we got like 8 questions. And they were very tough questions. Like, where did this come from? How much revenue does the city get every year on alternate side parking fines? Yeah. Would you consider doing the same thing the whole city as you do on the Isthmus of Madison and do a snow emergency? That was now 9 days ago. Nothing. We got nothing back.
Right. Crickets. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do a petition, and we're going to present it to the city, and we're going to try to gin up a little support because, you know, if nothing else, the city of Madison has a rich history of listening to their constituents. So I think the listeners of WMDX, the listeners of John and Gordy, the listeners of the Todd Allball Show, we can make this happen, and we can bring peace to the city, fewer fines, and we can still support our road workers.
Todd, you're the peacemaker. What kind of suggestions do you have in that petition? What are we looking at? Yeah. How can we change this?
Well, to me, I mean, look, in all seriousness, I was an alder in Richland Center, only 5,000 people, a much smaller town, obviously. So I get you have to keep the streets safe and clean the winter. You have to do the snow
and plowed for the parking
and plowed, right? I think it's very simple. You just do the snow emergency throughout the whole city, and
specifically when it's an emergency, you're going to have it. Got it.
Okay, Todd, you're breaking up just a little bit. Go back 10 feet where you had a good signal.
Yes, by that corner over there.
Yeah, I think somebody from the parking commission just got a hold of your stream and is starting to break up your signal on purpose. They don't want any trouble from you. You're making their life miserable now.
Is that better?
There you go.
Yes, you're good.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
no, you're good.
You're sounding good.
Backwards. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
So basically, you're saying then, just let everybody park willy-nilly the way they always park, but only during snow emergencies do they have to have alternate side parking, right?
Right.
Right, exactly.
Is that it? Is that summing it up?
And especially if you're down at Willie Street, you can always park willy-nilly.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice one.
Beautiful.
Good callback. That's great. Todd, you're right. You're not in Richland Center anymore. You got to take on these big parking interests any way you can. So tune in to Todd Albaugh today. He'll have a lot more on this in his first hour, right, Todd? You're gonna bring this all together. Okay.
Well, Todd, you look very sympathetic. I mean, with your cart filled up with clothing. And
Sam has a question for you, Todd.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying I might have to call into your show later because I got a bone to pick with the city about this as well. My roommate, he actually had his car towed last week because he had outstanding tickets that he didn't know about. And they suspended his registration, and when they came around, checked our block, they towed his car away.
Beautiful.
See?
Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
There are bigger issues in Madison besides somebody who forgets to park somewhere. Come on.
Or somebody, some student pulling a ticket off a window and thinking, I'm going to play a trick on that person that I don't know. Yeah. So the guy gets his car towed away. It's no fun. We're making criminals out of regular Wisconsinites and Madisonians. This is unfair, and I believe that everybody should sign up on that petition, Todd.
Yep. We can do it. Madison is better than this.
We
can make change happen.
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
Much better.
All right, Todd. Well, we'll be tuning in, and we encourage everybody to tune in and check out your Facebook page, and we will continue to get the word out there. We'll sign the petition right after we get off the air.
Yes.
And we encourage everybody else to do that as well. Enjoy your walk around the Lakeside. I used to live on Lakeside Street many years ago, just off of Park Street there.
Yeah.
Beautiful very
It is.
Very good, Todd.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, guys. Let me stop by. Thanks to you. You got both and Sam, and have a great show. I love listening to you.
All right.
Very
Thanks
good.
a lot, Todd.
Todd Albaugh joining us here on
good,
John and
man.
Gordy.
He's going to change the city.
I know. I'm all
things are running this
whatever
time.
we can do to help out with this cause, I'm in.
Exactly.
All right?
Well, you're in.
Yeah, everybody's in.
Everybody's
Get
in on this one.
Sign up.
Man.
Okay. Oh boy, he's fired up about this.
Now I'm fired up. Now what are we going to talk about? How can you top alternate side parking?
It's a big thing.
Do you have any other issues with this city you want to take up right now? You want to make another petition?
I kind of like this idea.
No, I actually, the snow melted, the icy streets, the unplowed areas. That's fine. It's in the past.
You know what? We
they
had
learned their lesson. I'm sure that this will never happen again. The snow buildup and the icy roads.
Well, we had the mayor on about a month or so ago.
Southdale
Rhodes Conway.
She answered those questions for us very adequately.
Once we get this petition going, maybe we can team up with Todd and get the mayor in on this and see.
Now that we're very good friends of the mayor, we interviewed her once.
Right. We've got her phone number. We've got her contact information. We can send that petition right over.
She will regret it. Never should have given us the number.
Oh well.
Never.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's a good thing, though. I think Todd's very involved with this, and I salute him for his efforts on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things like that really can make you angry.
Well, yes. It doesn't make any sense when we haven't had any snow for like 6 weeks piling up.
Yeah.
Why would you have to move your car every night?
But
it's nuts.
Look, okay, so that's the big negative, okay? But I have to say that the big positive is that they moved to great meters, a metering system for parking in this town. It's wonderful. I didn't see it happening for many, many years.
Yeah.
But, you can put a card in your meter now.
Right.
You can have software. There's an app for parking in this town. It's
good.
Just fantastic. It's very easy to park in Madison now.
It is. It's gotten better. All right.
That's a positive. See, it's an uplifting.
It is a positive. Hey, let's go back to the phone lines here. Dory is on the line with a comment. Good morning, Dory.
Hi, Dory.
Good morning, Gordy. Good morning, John. I had an idea for the parking downtown during a snow emergency.
Okay.
allow the people who have maybe a street permit for parking or that live downtown and have to park on the street to park in the city ramps, inside the parking ramps during a snow emergency to get them off the street. It means that they don't get snowed on. It's a good place to get the cars out of the way.
That's a great idea.
That's right, and nobody goes into work the next day after a big storm. They're allowed to clean up the streets.
Maybe they got to be out. Maybe get them out of there by 8 a.m. or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
something like that.
I've done that myself when I had to shovel out my driveway. I would go down and stay with a friend downtown and just leave my car in the city ramp overnight because I said I really don't want to deal with it until everything's cleaned up in the morning.
I think that's brilliant. Dory, that is an excellent idea.
That's great. Yeah, we'll pass that along. That's a really good idea. Yeah, you did.
Right there.
That's amazing, Dory. Thank you.
Sign the petition, too, Dory.
I also wanted to call and tell you about my run-in with Moms for Liberty yesterday in Waukesha.
Wow, really?
In Waukesha?
Yes,
really?
Tell us about that.
Okay.
I had to do a work meeting over there at a hotel and met one of my clients at the lobby, and we were meeting there when I noticed the women starting to arrive for a banquet in their high-heeled shoes and their Moms for Liberty T-shirts.
Oh, my God.
And it was really kind of weird.
That's surreal.
What in the world is going on? I had just seen Moms for Liberty featured on 60 Minutes.
Yep.
Sunday, so it was already in my mind, and it wasn't a great interview. They didn't look too bright, and I thought, well, this isn't what's going on. Then I got very confused because Frederick Douglass's image was all over their posters and signs. They were Frederick Douglass was like an abolitionist of 100 years, and very distinctive look. So I could tell from a distance exactly who this was. There were really not a lot of black people involved in this event. It was all white women. And so I had to go over, and I got one of their brochures. And sure enough, the Frederick Douglass Foundation of Wisconsin is a alternative to Black Lives Matter for devoted Christians, proud Americans, and active Republicans.
What?
So it was this, yeah. And they used Frederick Douglass's image as their logo.
Wow.
And it was all white women. And then I saw two black women involved, one of whom was flown in from Florida because evidently they don't.
Sure, they can't find them here.
And there's the banquet that looked to be ready to have about 200 people arrive, had a speaker scheduled. I didn't stick around for this. It was Riley Gaines. I thought, Riley Gaines, she's also a cute blonde white woman.
Right.
And she's known for her NCAA Division I Women's Swimming and Diving Championship of 2022 something, right?
Okay.
Remember this woman?
Yes. Well, just a little.
Vaguely, yeah.
The name.
Yeah.
Riley has made waves for speaking out after tying University of Pennsylvania's Leah Thomas, a biological male swimmer, on the women's team.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Remember that story?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So, for some reason, the Frederick Douglass Foundation, do you think Frederick Douglass would have enjoyed sitting through this event? It was so weird.
It is. It is. Well, they're crazy, and because of who they are, they're actually turning a lot of people off with their message, silly message, and a lot of.
I will tell you, their brochure was so cheaply made and badly designed that it encouraged me. It was good to see that.
Dory, thanks for calling.
Dory, thank you so much. Good to talk to you.
Bye.
It is 7:49. When we come back, leftovers, odds and ends, this, that, and the other, and more.
Banning free lunches.
Oh, yeah.
I got to run this happy cotton comes in, but the law of Friday mornings, and you got to get up early.
terrific if you like eating leftovers.
Leftovers?
Leftovers?
I kept the leftovers.
They're leftovers! Just some leftovers.
Leftovers for a week and a half. He ate those leftovers!
Funeral leftovers?
Today we eat all the leftovers.
I'll just have leftovers. Leftovers. Enjoy.
I love leftovers.
There won't be any leftovers tomorrow when we're at the Short Stack Eatery enjoying those pancakes and all the other delicious items they have on their menu. And you can join us, too, at Short Stack Eatery. We'll be there live tomorrow, as we are just about every Wednesday now, I believe.
That's right. I hope so.
Until further notice, anyway.
So stop on by if you can, really.
Yeah.
Seriously.
301 Johnson in Madison, downtown, just about a block away from where we are right now.
We're not that scary, okay? Hey, priorities.
Yeah.
This is something that kind of came and went. Not a lot of people paid attention to it. We're watching the Project 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Plan very closely. We've gone into it in depth on this program. But last June, Republicans declared banning universal free school meals in their 2024 priority plan that they put together. Now, we missed the 2024 plan.
Yeah.
But, one of the big things they declared was a universal ban on free meals at schools.
Yeah, because why would you want to feed the kids?
Exactly.
Shouldn't they just be on their own at this point and figure out their own meals? And
They're angry that there isn't some stipulation where they have an income limit.
A line, yeah.
So that's what they're angry about. Even though, so what? Just give the kids something to eat.
Give some nutritional food, yeah.
Even if it's lousy school lunches, give them the damn food.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got all these tater tots anyway, stored away. They've had them for a couple of decades. They want to use them up.
That's right. Wow.
Let them have the free, tater tots.
How come they don't make those a little more nutritional? They could just add vitamins somehow. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, they could add vaccines. Remember that story about adding vaccines to food?
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
so that's part of the 2025 deal.
2024 plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's in progress. Okay. But they have a few other things in their 2024 plan I thought we'd take a quick look at.
Okay.
And this was proposed in their budget plan, and we're seeing it work out right now, in fact. They want to impose work requirements on all federal benefit programs, like the ones that provide food and health care for the unemployed. By the way, you'll notice that their 2024 plan, punishes the people that they're supposed to be serving. Okay. This is a punishment plan.
Right.
So here's another one, and you'll love this one. Extend work requirements on those aged 55 to 64 instead of imagining how to navigate around those who are retiring and choose to retire. No, they want to force 55 to 64-year-olds to keep working. That's right. I don't know how they're going to do that. Republican solution is to force them to work more.
Okay.
All right. How about this? Bring back all of Trump's deregulations, encouraging the sort of deregulation that crashed the financial institutions like the Great Recession. Do you remember that? I remember that very well. Yes. Or poisoning rivers. Sure. Or what's resulted in over 1,000 derailments in just 1 year alone. Yeah. They like to blame Pete Buttigieg for that.
Well,
right?
Sure.
Because
they got to blame somebody.
He's not in person at the time it derails.
Right.
So he should have been there. He should have known that this was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Just a really bad transportation secretary. Which also includes weakening environmental protections, despite the recent smog that enveloped 1/3 of the country from wildfires.
Right.
Thousands of dead fish washing up on Texas's shore. No, we don't need. Well, we got to weaken the environmental protections, and Ohio's waterways being poisoned. How about that? Nah.
Take all those regulations.
We have to loosen those regulations.
Sure.
This comes to mind every time I read this stuff and, the Project 2025 plan. This is the one thing that always comes to mind, and it is Bizarro World. I don't know if you ever watch or read the DC Comics where Bizarro World is an alternative world to the to our planet?
Yeah.
And their world is square. And everything is the opposite. And the Bizarro World code. This is their code. I always love to reference this. This is their code. It's very similar to the MAGA code, by the way. Us do opposite of all earthly things. Us hate beauty. Us love ugliness. Is big crime to make anything perfect on Bizarro World. That is their code.
Us like bad grammar, too.
I thought this is the way they talk in Bizarro.
I always like the Bizarro World Seinfeld episode.
Yeah,
they had all the characters from Bizarro World. Because, of course, Jerry's big Superman fan.
Superman fan, yeah.
Well, that's their code. Yeah, you're right. Just do the opposite of
everything that's good.
Anything that's good, yeah.
Stop kids from getting lunches for free at school.
And it's an open playbook now. They don't care about keeping it secret or anything. They want to actually go with this. It's the platform
for
the entire Republican Party for 2024 and beyond. That's it. The opposite of anything good.
That's right. Yeah. It's not a good plan, but they seem to think that it's good to at least bring it up often.
Well, and today being Super Tuesday, this is a huge primary day for all the people that are in it. Trump and Nikki Haley, and that they'll do the super primary thing. We'll be watching all the ballots being counted tonight.
It's not going to matter. We're going to have another batch of fake electors anyway, and they'll reverse the election. Oh, by the way, I've got a cut here. This is 396. Dan Schaefer, who is a reporter for the Journal Sentinel, wrote this. What else does Josh Call need to see? And this is a new video released yesterday with a fake GOP electors casting ballots for Donald Trump and then applauding. Let's check it out.
The result of it is 10 votes for Donald Trump for President of the United States and 10 votes for Mike Pence, Vice President of the United States.
Beautiful.
What?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's not like they didn't know what they were voting for or doing for that matter, right?
Right.
Also, by the way, Cheese Bro confirms that the Wisconsin fake electors did have final say on the language of the certificate that they signed, and yet they did not include a caveat saying that, this is only the electors to use if the election is called.
Right. But, it's all over now, and all they had to do was promise never to do it again.
That's it.
Just a little slap on the, not even a slap, just a tap on the wrist.
It's an amazing thing, isn't
something?
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, guess what? We're all out of time for today, but we will join you tomorrow live from Short Stack Eatery. We hope you stop by and say hi. It's at 301 West Johnson, downtown Madison, right? It's Johnson and State Street. It is. It's going to be fun. Have a great day.
John and Gordy Show.